All right, everyone, we are back. Hello, how's it going? How's it going, everyone? Yeah, sorry, we're a bit late. This was supposed to be at 4. It's now 4:30. To be honest, I can stop. Yeah, okay. That should be okay. Yes, we were supposed to start at 4:30, but I completely lost track of time, and then I realized later on. So now, two sing, one play. How are you doing? How's it going? But yeah, today. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to today. You know, like chili. I'm not looking forward to today. I'm gonna surviving Detroit. That's good. I'm not excited about what's gonna happen today, cause well, let me just pop into the game and we can talk about it there, cause it'll be easier to actually just have the visual of the sort of what's it called, the visual of the forking paths. There we go. So, there we are. Oh. Was this wrong? Hold on. This is not the right save file? Hold on. Try a different save file. Is it just me or is the game way too loud? I'm not sure. This stream will go get 2 single heavy chili a day. Have fun. Oh god. No, don't show me this again. I've seen this fucking cutscene 20 goddamn times because you keep showing it to me, game. My god. Many fools beat their meat, only the strongest defeat it. Oh, fucking Goku comes out of nowhere. I heard you like beating your cock. Now it's my turn. Yeah, solve the mystery of the two-headed lion. Here's where we are. I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have. So yeah, the reason I'm not looking forward is that we're starting to run into some roadblocks. First of all, where's the infirmary? Here's the infirmary. We need to get the gold file from the infirmary. No clue how we're gonna do that. We need to finish the treatment center puzzle. No clue how we're gonna do that. Where's the other one? Another one that we were struggling with. I don't remember. There's one of these that we've fucked up. And I think there's one of these that I don't have the file for. So, yeah. But, I mean, that's, you know, the golden file, that's not progression. Hey, heard your porn addiction was strong! Let me fight it! Have you been? I've been pretty good. I'm finally on vacation, so there's that. I'm gonna try to be streaming a lot more often now. What about you? Yeah, so gold file, that's not progression, so we're just gonna leave the gold files for, once we're done with the proper game, we'll go back and grab all the gold files that we missed. So we can ignore that, but this progression here, I have no idea how we're supposed to finish the treatment center. That puzzle makes absolutely zero sense to me, so this path is kind of locked away from us here, so we've just been kind of working through this. We gotta do this path, which should just be a game end, but yeah, we'll do that real quick. We've also been going down this path, and we've reached another puzzle that I have no idea how to solve. So we're just gonna ignore the two-headed lion puzzle right now, and I think we're gonna just try to clear up this first of all, and then I think we're just gonna go ahead and try to go down this path. I'm gonna give the line a couple of, like, I'm gonna let it I'm gonna think about it a little bit. I'm just gonna give this a couple of shots, but I don't think we're gonna get much with it.
Kakarot, this cancer thing is pretty strong. I don't think I can win.
Hang in there, Vegeta!
It's stronger than Broly, Kakarot.
Yeah, okay, I guess let's give the, let's give the double-headed... Is one of these save files the right thing? Hold on. Are you the right save file? Yes, okay. Memento Mori, if the 9th lion ate the sun. The only interesting thing here is the fact that 9th is misspelled, that there's an E. What this tells me is that this is an anagram. I don't know. Like, how do you even solve anagrams? What's, like, a good strategy for them? Because you just either, like, try to rearrange with, like, different letters and shit. And I don't know how you even go about that in the first place. Ninth lion. Like, I've got nothing. I think my finals, not looking forward to them. Yeah. Lion eating the sun, symbol of purification of metals. Okay. That's interesting. I also don't really think it helps me. Mori, if the 9th lion ate the sun. It's obviously an anagram, but an anagram for what is the question? Remember death if the 9th lion ate the sun. Could this be the 9th lion? Then, maybe, remember death. So the old woman died. Right. Alice died. I think this is the time she suicided. Her death. This is... I think Luna was killed with the injection gun. Yeah, this time Dio was choked to death. This is... I don't actually remember what death this one is. Mori... Remember death. Right, this is what... No. This is the suicide. The previous one was where she was killed. Another. Alice seems to die a lot, doesn't she? Remember. One solo. ID and password. Like, I've got nothing. Like, my only guesses are Memento Mori, but, like, that doesn't work. Dio died? Yeah, a couple of times, yeah. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to gather something from all those deaths, but I have no idea what. Because obviously my first choice is just Memento. Memento, and then Mori. Because that's the most obvious one, right? But that's obviously not it. We can also try Remember Death. I doubt that one will work. Yeah, no. type the first thing that comes to mind. It just what it couldn't hurt. Well, that's it. It's just like remember death. But what are we supposed to get from any of those deaths? Especially since it wants an ID and a password. There's two things that it wants. It's numbers too. And the only text that we saw was one solo, right? That's not it. And what's worse, it's not like we can replay the thing. If we just, like... Oh, that was a misclick. No good. I have nothing. Zero. Oh, and I'm just... What does the anagram mean? I don't want to have to do this fucking anagram. Yeah, I've got nothing. I'm just gonna watch... I'm just gonna watch the montage one more time. Alright, so what can I pick up from here? She was... I believe she was stabbed. Her bracelet was stolen. Okay. We don't know her name. Alice got stabbed. Luna got injected. Cho. Mori. Like, some of these deaths are caused by Radical 6, some weren't, so I'm not sure. We can try Radical 6, maybe? No. I feel like it has something to do with alchemy, but I have no idea what that would play unless it has something to do with K. Remember death, remember death, remember death. The thing is, all the deaths are so different. I don't see any, like, connecting line between them, right? Like, there's strangulations, there's stabbings, there's poison. Then, not to mention the fact that, like, the deaths are then, there's Radical 6, there's suicide, there's several suspected murderers. Some of the deaths we don't even know exactly how they happened. Maybe yellow. So, like, the only thing that jumps out at me is that bracelet that we see, which was the yellow solo. But that's not it. I've got nothing. This is a waste of time. Like, I gain nothing. Like, this is just useless. We'll figure it. We'll wait. We'll do that later. Let's actually do something fun today, rather than to just sit there thinking for, like, hours. Oh, fuck, wait. Which one do I need to do? Do I need an ally or betray? I don't remember.
30 seconds remain until polling closes.
I need to betray, okay. I completely forgotten the circumstances of this. Oh, after promised Luna I'd pick ally, but what if she was lying to me?
I would have chosen ally regardless. I mean, Sigma's going to be my opponent, and I trust him.
Oh god,
10
picking
seconds
betray
remain
feels
until
so wrong.
Ambidex's game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6.
I mean,
5,
I am gonna feel bad
4,
about this, but it's
3,
what it needs to be done
2, 1.
to get every ending. I'm sorry!
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex game.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I don't think Luna is at danger of death, so I want to see how this ends us fucking us over. Ends up fucking us over, I'm not entirely sure.
Of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Ally. Okay, ally. Cool. Yeah, so no one can get... Oh. Well, Quark could get out. But he's, But he doesn't have, but he's not here, so that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I don't see how we get a game over here, you know?
Points have... Please check.
Unless Quark just shows up out of nowhere.
Sigma.
No,
why?
don't worry. Clover doesn't have enough points to get out. It's fine. Because the game, I had no choice. I'm sorry.
You promised.
I'm sorry.
How could you? Why won't you say something? At least give me an excuse. Say you wanted to protect everybody, or you slipped and hit the wrong button.
I'm trying to see every ending, okay? That's my excuse.
Anything. I don't care if it's a lie. Just say something. I can't trust you anymore. Can I?
Not in this timeline.
I see. All right then. You did it so that you could get more points, right?
It's the Sigma grindset. I wanted to say no, but I couldn't. She was right. Shut my eyes and turned away.
I trusted you. Goodbye.
Luna's face twisted as she spun away, but not before I saw tears glistening in the corners of her eye. My heart sank into my stomach like a lump of lead. I'd lost something very precious. They say, trust takes years to build, but only a second to break. Only I could have taken that second back, but that was impossible. Life only moves in one direction. You only get to make your choices once. The past is the past. It stays there.
Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to look for Quark.
Hey! Wait!
Clover yelled after him, but Tenmyoji ignored her and continued towards the magenta door. She glared at his receding back and muttered something under her breath. Something must have happened between them. Well, he betrayed her.
Tenmyoji, you're going to go look for Quark, right?
Yeah. So?
I want to help.
No thanks.
Really?
Much as I'd like to say that, I need all the help I can get. Think you can give me a hand?
Of course.
How is this gonna go horribly wrong? I have no
Let's go.
clue. Like, the only thing I can think of is either Quark just shows up out of nowhere and leaves, or we all just get immediately murdered for some reason. They headed off through the magenta door together. So I feel like one of my problems with this game is that there's so many timelines, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? There's like so many different timelines, and even then, like, there's probably gonna be more, because these are gonna end up splitting up, I feel like. So you just ended this, so like, and because the timelines are so similar to each other, right? Like, it's not like in the first game you had multiple timelines, sure, but there were a lot fewer, and the timelines were very different from each other, so it's easy to keep track of what was going on. Here, because there's just so many timelines, and they're, like, they only differ from each other in small ways, it's very hard to keep track of, like, what's happening. Like, I don't remember what happened here, I don't remember how it was different from here, I have no idea what this was, what the fuck happened here, I don't know, right? I feel like it's, it makes things very hard to keep track of. It's kind of a mess. Like, all these sort of, like, branching timelines and stuff, I feel like are great in a game where you're just supposed to play once through until you get one ending, and that's that. That's not, the, you know, something like Until Dawn or, you know, any kind of, like, choose-your-own-adventure type of game. But in a game like this, where you're explicitly supposed to go through every timeline, and each timeline has supposedly clues to help you understand what happens in the other timelines, it's just kind of becomes a convoluted mess, you know? Clover was left standing by herself, brows furrowed and head down, deep in thought. Suddenly, she stood up straight and took off through the cyan door. If perfectly fair parallel universe can literally just be the same as ours, then the only difference is that you went to Domino's instead of Popeyes. There is no universe in existence where I have the choice to go to Domino's instead of where my choices are Domino's and Popeyes, and I pick Domino's. There is no way in hell. Turned and saw that only Fi and Kay were left.
He went off toward the yellow door while you and Luna were talking.
There's Dio. Just knocked out?
Yes, he did check the results before he left.
I bet he wasn't very happy. If I had chosen Betray, he'd be sitting pretty with 9 BP right now.
I imagine he would. Fortunately, Fi is much too clever for that. That was why I chose Ally. It was an easy decision.
Right. But if you'd betrayed her, then you'd have been able to get out of here.
Perhaps, but I made a promise to Fi.
A promise, huh? Are you really sure Kay wouldn't betray you?
Of course not. I'm not an idiot. I didn't really have a choice, though.
Correct.
The only option was to trust him.
That's so.
Yeah, don't you think that's important? Trusting someone, I mean.
Apparently not in this timeline.
Alright, we should go and look for Quark, too.
Thematically, it fits. I don't even think story-wise it works that well. Because, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I've talked about this before, but like, for example, this one's a good example, right? In this case, right, when you're up in the AB game against Alice, if you choose Ally, she chooses Betray. If you choose Betray, she chooses Ally. It's, like, I feel like there would be it would be a really cool sort of like, I find the AB game a really fascinating thing. Like, trying to, like, think about the other person's character, but also in relation to, like, what's happened in this timeline, how have they developed as a character, what have they gone through in this specific timeline, and then trying to sort of figure out, okay, based on what they're doing, can I sort of figure out what they're going to pick? Are they going to ally, or are they going to betray? And then making sort of an informed decision based on that. And so in that case, you can sort of sometimes get screwed over if you guess wrong, but it feels great if you guess right. Problem is, and right, like that feeling of like, oh yeah, you read the situation correctly, so you picked the right answer. The problem is that in a situation like this, there is no right answer. There's no way to read Alice and figure out what she's gonna pick, because as it turns out, what she's gonna pick is completely non-deterministic, which just kind of means that there's no right choice, and that just makes the AB game, it sort of robs the AB game of a layer of compellingness that I think could have been had. Explain to me in exactly 200 words why I hate dominoes. Okay, well, I'm not going to explain in 200 words why I hate dominoes, but I can explain to you in 4 words why I will not choose dominoes in that scenario. Because Popeyes is better. Yeah, I don't know. I've talked about my my sort of dislike for how the game handles the different sort of choices. Oh yeah, because then, right, if you choose to betray someone knowing that they will ally you, you can feel like badly about it, right? Like here, legitimately, in both cases, Luna allies with you. So if you choose ally, then yeah, we both we work together and it's all like happy and shit. And if you choose betray, you know, you can feel bad about it because like, well, you know, I'm just looking out for myself, but it, you know, it really sucks having to betray someone that I could have like allied with, right? Like that is a very sort of compelling moral quandary. But here, right, it's like, I know Alice is gonna betray me if I ally, which then means my only choice is to betray, right? And I shouldn't feel bad for betraying her. But then the game has her ally if I betray and tries to make me feel bad for betraying her. But then if I go to ally, then like there's no right choice. So you don't feel good. So yeah, let me explain this in a better way. Right, if you have something like this situation where Alice right, you can feel good about choosing ally and you can feel bad about choosing betray. Or if it was the opposite and she betrays you every time, then you can feel stupid for trusting them and picking ally, and you can feel smart for reading them and betraying them back. In a situation like this, you don't feel betrayed when you pick ally and she doesn't, because you know that that's just the game is specifically doing it to fuck you over. So it's not like you can feel dumb for getting betrayed. And on this hand, now on the other hand, you can't feel bad for betraying her, because the only reason she allied is because the game tries to make her ally to make you feel bad. It's just, it's sort of neither choice ends up feeling good or bad. They just both feel, but I mean like bad in like a bad way, like, oh shit, I made a bad choice. It just feels, it just sucks, right? It just feels like it sort of strips away player agency and sort of takes away from what otherwise could be a very engaging sort of game of sort of deduction and like, yeah, social deduction and a very interesting moral quandary that is the prisoner's dilemma, and just kind of says, fuck you, you know? I don't know.
Indeed. Best we split up, wouldn't you say?
You did say, and each of us left for a different area of the facility. I think this is I guess what I'm just trying to say is I feel like this game has a lot of really interesting ideas, right? Like, the incorporation of the psychic concept from the very start of the game, as opposed to just, you know, using it at the very end of the first game. The AB game, I think, is a fantastic idea. But, I don't know, I feel like the execution is very lacking, and I can't... I don't know what they're gonna have to do with the ending but I don't see how I'm gonna end up liking this game more than the first game. I don't think that's possible. Although, admittedly, the first game kind of had a horrible ending. If they kind of like that first game was hitting home run after home run after home run, and then they just fucking they just fumbled that end game that end so hard. So I don't know. Maybe this game just has like a fantastic ending, but we'll see. It's also the fact that this game has not explained the ending of the first game in the slightest. Look at the magenta door. Fi went to the yellow door. He took the cyan door. You're splitting up, not exactly a good idea. I feel like I somewhat blame it on the fact that the game has so many timelines that it would require a huge writing effort to make every single one unique. Well, yeah, exactly, and that's why I think it was a mistake to have this many timelines. Like, you can for a game like Until Dawn, right? Where you're maybe supposed to only play it through one, a game like Until Dawn, you're really supposed to play through twice, right? You play through it once, going in blind, not really trying to make the best choices you can, but not really being sure what the best choices are. So, you'll lose some people, you'll save some people, and at the end, you can sort of try to figure out how well you did based on how many people are still alive at the end of it, right? You get the ending that you get based on your choices. On top of that, you can then play through it a second time, this time with previous knowledge to inform your choices, get all the right choices, and get the best ending. And then, maybe you want to see the worst possible ending too, or you want to maybe see a specific ending just to see the dialogue in that ending, and that's fine. Or a game like Undertale, where you're supposed to play through it once just blind, then you're supposed to do a pacifist run, and then you're supposed to do a genocide run. And there's other sort of runs that can also be interesting, like the tainted pacifist run, the true pacifist. Oh yeah, you're also supposed to do the true pacifist. And there's other runs like a almost genocide run, where you come as close as possible to a genocide run, but you leave a single person alive, right? The emphasis is in trying to get the ending that you get, and then on top of that, getting the best ending. But all you need to do to get the best ending is just make the right choices throughout the whole run. You could theoretically get the best ending on your first run. That is a possibility if you make all the right choices. There's a second type of game, and that's the game that was the previous game, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, where all the endings you get just playing normally are gonna be bad endings. There is no way for you to get a good ending. The only way you get a good ending is you play through all the branches. Each branch sort of reveals a different facet of the story, and then sort of using your multi-dimensional psychic powers, you can piece together all the branches, all the information that you gathered from all the branches, and together, that then unlocks the true ending on one of the branches that had a bad ending previously. And that's also an interesting way to handle these sort of multiple choice games. And it's very clear that this type of game is the type of game where they tried to go with the first approach. But that approach is an approach that it's really focused on you sort of gathering information from all the different branches. But if the branches are too similar, going through all the different branches just feels like a chore. And if there's too many branches, then it becomes hard to keep track of information, and it just kind of becomes a muddled mess, So it's definitely possible to make a multiple choice game where there is this many and even more branches, but it just needs to be a fundamentally different type of game, No matter how hard I looked, Quark was nowhere to be found. Eventually, I decided to head back to the warehouse. Tenmyoji. Okay, yeah, that's the bad ending.
Tenmyoji, what's going on? Yeah, found Quark.
Wouldn't be here if I hadn't.
Where was he?
I'm gonna tell you that.
Wow, did I do something wrong?
Broke your promise to Luna.
Fair enough, I did do
I don't
something
like
wrong.
people who break promises.
You've broken promises before. Well, and not before, in other timelines. Ah, it's confusing. There's no revolver from that.
Well, glad you found it.
Oh, you got some balls saying that, acting like you give a shit about him.
Is he okay? Looks
He's
tired.
just sleeping. Seems somebody shot him up with some kind of anesthetic.
Huh.
Okay, now this is interesting. Someone. Oh.
Where did you find him? I need this information for the other timelines.
Hell if I know. And honestly, I don't really care anymore. Quark's
Why
safe.
not?
Now, all I have to do is get him out of here, and this'll all be over.
Wait. They sound like you can get out right now.
Well, he can.
Oh.
Didn't you see the results? Quark's
Yeah,
PP is...
Got none.
9.
Exactly.
So, you're gonna have him pull the lever and open the number 9 door?
Yeah, of course, he's gonna need my help to do that.
What about you? You've only got 4 BP. Even if you can get the door open, you'll...
3. Now, maybe some of you are thinking, oh ho, if my BP is too low, then I'll just have someone with enough BP open the door.
Yeah, he's just gonna sacrifice
And I'll
himself.
just slip through when it's open. Well, that's not gonna happen. If you think you can be sneaky.
Think I don't know that? Doesn't matter, though. So long as Quark is safe.
How many? How long until someone figures out that they can chop off their arm to save themselves? My guard was down. I barely even saw him move. It was until pain exploded in my stomach that I realized Ted Myoji had kicked me.
Ugh! Ugh!
Let out a strange sort of wheeze and collapsed to the floor. Blinking against the pain, I managed to find Ted Myoji again. He'd maneuvered Quark up to the number 9 door. I need to go for now. Take care. Yeah, thanks for being here, Firewall. I'll try to be. I'll try now that I'm free. I'll be trying to stream earlier.
Ugh! Ugh! Stop! Tenmyoji!
Moving made me retch. Before I could even recover and call out again, he'd done it. And Myoji in hand pressed Quarks against the lever. Looked back at me over his shoulder.
Sorry. Door's almost open, so it's time I was on my way.
See ya.
Tenmyoji! Don't be an idiot! You go through there, you'll...
Believe me, I know, but I gotta stay with him as long as I can. Couldn't live with myself if I just tossed him out there unconscious, you know?
Then stay here.
Can't do that.
Why
There's a
not?
killer here. It's too dangerous. I can't take that risk with Quark's life.
I mean, it's understandable.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
See ya.
Tenmyoji, wait! Don't do this. Tenmyoji! Tenmyoji!
I mean, yeah. That's pretty much what I expected was gonna happen.
The
Why am I
number
tired?
9
It's
door
fucking
has
5 in the
closed.
afternoon. I woke up at a normal hour. I got 8 hours of sleep. What the fuck? What the fuck, brain? I said game. This is not the game's fault. Number 9 doors.
This ends the nonary game. Thank you for
It's like
your
the 20th time we've seen this.
escape.
That's how it ended. Tenmyoji died. Had Quark escaped? I don't know. Laid my hand gently against my aching stomach and stared up at the ceiling. Faint approaching footsteps echoed through the warehouse. One of them was a killer. Whatever. It didn't matter anymore. I was never gonna see the outside world again. Thus it would be better to just let them kill me. I lay back and closed my eyes. There's there's plenty of there's like bombs in here. Like, oh yeah, have we completely forgotten about the whole bomb subplot? That's another thing. Like, the whole bomb subplot is just completely forgotten in like a different timeline. Like, well, that's the Luna game over. What now? None of these paths have unlocked, and I'm just scared that they're gonna be over here or down here, which means I have no way to get to them, so. Alright, I guess the next path it is then. This is, should ideally be, you know, somewhat different, you know? What happened here? We allied, who were we even up against? Magenta door in the lounge. We were with Tenmyoji. Yeah, we were Alice in the crew quarters, Tenmyoji in the infirmary. Who was the other solo? I don't remember. Alright, well, let's go here.
We don't have time to talk about this. Choose betray.
Yep, we're doing that.
We don't know if she'll ally or not.
Oh, we're up against Luna. Okay.
That's a loss. You tell me.
Well, you mean I have to betray
Exactly,
Luna
that'd be
twice
so.
in the same fucking episode?
30 seconds.
My heart can't
remaining
handle
until
this.
Ambidex game polling closes.
Why are you doing this to me, game?
Just press the damn button.
Okay, I don't want to do any puzzles right now, so yeah, okay, I'll betray her.
Fine. If you won't do it, then I...
Hiding.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
When your BP hits 0, you die.
There we
That's
go,
what
yeah.
I meant.
1.
Alright. New timeline. New timeline, new me. Let's take a look.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be distinct.
Okay. Let's speed this up, game, okay? I don't need to hear the same fucking dialogue 50 times. I could see the others rushing. Tenmyoji was left behind. His footsteps slow, heavy plod. What happened to make him like that? You're telling the truth? Or BP hits 0. We really...
Well, you chose betray because of what I said, right?
No.
Don't worry. You made the right choice.
You are a slimy bitch. Better not have lied to me, so I choose
Well,
betray.
0 will tell you if I lied or not.
0.
What's
that?
Siggy! Fido! Hey, what are you kids doing over there?
There's also something to be said about, like, Zero is an entertaining character, especially, like, Zero Jr., I mean. Like, I don't know why they decided that just in the second half of the game, like, below a certain point, like, Zero Jr. just stops being a thing. Like, he just disappears. Which, I don't know, I feel like keeping him around might have at least helped keep the game a bit more interesting. Like, can you imagine if in Danganronpa, Monokuma he just gave up halfway through the game and he just stopped showing up and, like, let everything just run by itself? It wouldn't feel the same. I mean, that's kind of how it goes in Danganronpa 3, the end of Hope's Peak Academy, where in the future arc, that death game, like, Monokuma basically has no part in it, except for, like, a couple of, like, Monokuma has a couple of lines at the very start of the death game, and then he just completely disappears. Although in that case, I'm not exactly sad about it, considering they got a different voice for Monokuma in the dub, and it sounds fucking terrible, so honestly, having him speak less is good. But, I don't know.
We're about to announce the results.
Like, there are a lot of choices in this game's development cycle that I find remarkably questionable. If not outright
You'll see in a minute.
terrible.
Let's go, Sigma.
Hey, what do you mean Zero's gonna tell me?
Hey, Fi, hold on. Like, I don't know. It's gotten to the point where I'm just not really enjoying this game that much. Like, it just kind of feels like a chore going through all these different timelines. Like, I'm sorry if I feel like I'm kind of being very vitriolic towards the game and, like, I'm not enjoying myself. But, like, the truth is, I'm really not. Like, I want, like, at this point, it's just a sunk cost fallacy, right? Like, we're on episode 17. These episodes are, like, several hours long. But, like, you'll notice, whenever I stream, like, Persona or shit, I'm doing, like, 3 or 4 hours. Whenever I stream this game, I can hardly manage more than 2 hours. Because I just... Like, here, we're already, like, 45 minutes in, and I'm already, like, kind of wanting to quit. Like, I feel exhausted from this game. But, like, at this point, it's just a sunk cost fallacy, since we just spent so many hours playing this game that I need to see where it leads. I need to see the conclusion. I need to see how it ends. But it's just such a chore. I don't know if I want to play the third game after this, man. I don't know. I'm like... I'm gonna have to take a long hiatus before I even think about playing the third game, man.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally, let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game! Round 1!
Yeah, like, Zero's dialogue is actually helping this be less,
If everybody would please direct their eyes to
and the
this
puns. I
monitor.
love the puns. Like, Zero actually helps make these sort of repeat, sort of playthroughs a bit more interesting. But, you know. Betray ally, betray ally. Betray ally. Yeah, I'm sorry. So all the teams, all the pairs betrayed all the solos. That's actually pretty interesting.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
I think I'm a blue pair.
Sigma?
It was fine. It's fine.
Why did you and Vi do that? All we had to do was choose ally 3 times, and we could all escape together.
I'm sorry.
After this, we only would have needed 2 more rounds, and we would have all had 9 points.
Stop making me feel bad, game!
Yeah, why?
I'm a terrible person. Let's move on. Hung my head. There's no way I could look her in the eye and try to explain what I've done.
It was me.
Thank you!
I told him to betray you.
What?
There's a way to get out faster. If you're successful twice with betray, you'll get 3 points each time, which gives you 6. That means you'll have 9 BP after the second AB game.
I know that. Is that why you chose betray? So you can escape before the rest of us?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get out first or anything. Just wanted to have a little leverage.
How is leverage supposed to help you?
Well, I was planning on getting out of here with everybody else, and he...
You're lying. What makes you think I'm going to believe that?
Yeah, exactly. Once you've lost people's trust, like... Their eyes met for a long moment. All I could see in Luna's was sadness and disappointment. I opened her mouth, shut it again, and looked away. I have to apologize to Luna one.
Hey, what were you thinking?
I'm sorry, Alice. I didn't think you'd choose ally.
What? You really think I'd betray you?
Well, no. That's what I thought at first.
But Kay told you to choose betray, didn't he?
Yes, I did. I was sure you would vote similarly.
Okay, hold on. Is it just me or is the music a bit too loud here? I'm gonna try turning it down. How do I do that? I don't know.
Are you listening? I'm not going to vote betray against Clover.
Is that so? You never considered that we might choose to betray you?
Apparently she did.
What?
Clover would never choose that, of course. But what if I was your sole opponent? I understand it might seem strange of me to say this, but who would trust a man who hides his face? If I were in your position, I would be quite certain my masked opponent would choose betray.
Yeah, because you're all fucking retards.
Well?
That are scared of each other like idiot little bunnies, frightened. hiding in their fucking burrows, and that's why every single one of you ends up fucking dead in every goddamn title. I am so tired of all of you fucking pissing into the wind and then getting that shit splashed all over your face and then getting mad about it. Can we all just pick fucking Ally so we can get out of here and I can be done with this fucking game?
But it wasn't just you. Clover was there too.
Yes, she was. But if I'd chosen to end an argument by force, do you think she would have had any chance?
That's nice. That was
I
cathartic.
was certain you'd choose betray for that very reason.
So that was why you did it.
Need water.
Yes.
After he explained his thinking to me, I thought he had a good point.
I'm gonna put this on auto.
It's all right. I understand.
I'm so sorry.
I apologize. This is very unfortunate.
Yeah, it
Past
is.
is the past. There's no point complaining about it.
Oh, really?
I'll just have to try and get those points back in the next AB game.
She seemed a bit more mad when I betrayed her. What the fuck is that? The fuck? That's when I finally noticed Dio, Quark, and Tenmyoji. What are they up to?
Let me give you a little warning, Tenmyoji. That little shit is a hell of an actor.
Oh, this same thing. Yep.
I'll bet you money he's a born con man. I don't know what he is to you, but if I were you, I'd trust that kid as far as I could throw him, and at your age, that can't be much. You hearing me, old man? Keep an eye on him.
Nice. That's his fucking grandfather. Fucking idiot. Looked like things hadn't gone as planned for the other teams either.
Yeah, because everyone's a fucking retard in this game. My god. Nonetheless, we all seem to have reached some sort of truce. Did we? Did we? Because it kind of
Zero,
feels
when
like
does the next round start?
no one trusts each other now, and our chances of getting out of here alive are basically zero.
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Oh, God.
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP?
Right.
That's impossible without a second round.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
When we get the cards.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
They're already open.
Right you are. So, let me just close them.
Oh, now is when we get our new colors assigned, right?
The Ambigex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambigex
I think we started
game
out as a blue
will
pair,
be
actually.
The moon round. Moon cards.
Yeah, okay. Moon cards, we can't use these cards.
Yeah, now.
So,
I don't know. It's anybody's guess how long.
So it's over when someone gets
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on.
Of course. You could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where everyone, after all, if there's no money with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 100. Although, I really.
Hey, can I ask you something?
I don't know. Can you?
There are rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like you have to have 3 people exactly.
Yeah? So?
What about the number 9 door?
Nope.
Okay.
There aren't any. Could be 1%. All that stuff about how you have to have 3. Maybe it's not. Well,
That's not what.
just
What?
there's the chip. But
So,
ding ding ding. As long
Let's
as
try to
the
go through
receiver
this a bit
sees the right
quicker.
code, it doesn't matter how many people there are. No, they do it.
Then how do I take it off?
Oh, hi Quark. I haven't heard your voice in a while because all the timelines I've been in, you'd either been unconscious or dead.
There's 2 ways.
Or suicidal. And then
The
unconscious.
first is to get through the number 9 door and escape. As soon as you're out, the brace.
what's the second way? Hey, Zero, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh, Theo. I think you already know.
What?
Do you?
Of course I do.
No, it's easy. Nothing to it, really.
You die.
Pretty straightforward. I've
Here's
seen
an
it happen a
exciting
few
fact.
times.
Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses.
You know what an electrocardiogram is.
Technically.
Anyway, your fancy little. So, when that signal goes away,
So does that mean we're a cyan pair now?
The
That doesn't
lock on
look
the
like
bracelet
cyan.
really.
yep.
Or is it not updated yet?
So there
Oh,
you
no.
go. Your heart stops. If you try, I don't think I need to remind. But if you're lucky,
Oops. I guess it's not gonna be.
Next round.
What do you mean?
Well, do I have to explain everything?
Yeah, to these idiots.
Somebody might die.
There. That's pretty clear, right? If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tammy Oldie. Or Alas. Or Mooney. Or maybe
Everyone?
What?
why?
Yeah. Why am I going to die?
Points.
I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets
Well, this might
penalized, just like when you break the rules.
This might spark some newfound hatred between the
I'm
groups.
pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
Needles in our bracelets are gonna activate. We'll die.
Correct, Siggy. Full marks.
So, if I'd been right, how had she known before Zero told us? Psychic powers.
I see. Alice, Luna, and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
Because this makes things more interesting.
Sorry.
Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them.
Well,
I didn't hide them, he just
Is there
didn't tell
anything
it.
else you've conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game
I'll have
without
truths.
explaining all the rules.
And the point isn't making it
I
fair.
think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew.
Well, someone did.
Right? Right? Fido?
Yeah, I guess so.
Took a moment to go over everything in my head. Yeah. Bracelets, BP at 0.
oh, one last thing. The
What is
next
it?
set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, blue, and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow.
But wait! The colors change.
Yeah, it did change. Mine changed from red to cyan. Okay.
Me too. Mine's cyan now.
Okay, we're with Alice. What door are we missing? Missing the red door, which means cyan. Magenta?
Mine too. Wait, I guess the colors weren't the only thing that changed. It switched from pair to solo.
You're right. Mine switched from solo to pair.
Mine is now a solo as well.
Yep, looks like mine's changed too. I've gone from solo to pair.
Alright.
I'm still a pair.
The 3 of us seem to be magenta now as well.
I think that means we're
I'm
going.
yellow. And it still says solo.
Yeah, because cyan and yellow should be green. Or cyan and magenta blue. Hold on, I need to think about this color wheel, because this is the fucking weird color wheel that I'm not familiar with. If you have blue, red, and green as the primaries, right? Then mixing Red and blue is gonna be magenta. Green and red. No, green and blue is gonna be cyan. Red and blue, magenta. That makes sense. Okay. Yellow should be opposite magenta. It has to be, right? Or not magenta. Yellow has to be opposite red. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Fi, you and Dio are yellow now too.
I have no idea how the additive color wheel goes. I'm only familiar with the subtractive color wheel.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm a pair.
When did they change?
And the door's closed.
When the AB gates closed. As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
Very
The
cool.
parent solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rules or anything! Now, with all of that explained, I must bid you adieu. Sadly, we may never meet again.
Oh, the tragedy.
What?
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore. I mean, you guys are good from here.
I mean, we're good, but it's gonna be awfully boring without you, so could you, like, stay?
I'll never see you guys again.
I need the puns. I can't live without the puns.
Did you really think I was gonna cry? As if I'd cry over you dummies.
What the? Fucking dick.
You mad? I may be gone, but I'm always watching.
Maybe I'll see you again someday.
Hopefully, you might make this game actually interesting.
Nice try.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
That sounds gross. I don't really want to think about that.
What happens now? We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open.
Yep, we gotta explore this place, and that's gonna be boring as hell. Yeah, it looks like about 42 minutes.
We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent or a disposal chute or something. If there's a chance Zero missed something.
I concur. There's no point in standing around. We lose nothing by looking. And if we find nothing, we can always return and go through the chromatic doors.
Let's split up. 5 minutes would give us a good half hour or so. Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open then. Any objections?
Nope. There were none. There's just some nods and mumbling. They split up and moved off to engage. So, what's gonna happen here? Virus, bombs, murder, anything could happen. Seen it all. It's the only person who stayed behind. Damn. How the hell did I end up here? Why? Why me? As I might, I couldn't think of anything I'd done that could have landed me in Zero's game. I hadn't pissed anyone off. Not this bad. I don't know, anybody money, and my family certainly wasn't rich. Anyone was hoping to get a fat ransom payout from me. I'm gonna be very disappointed. Obviously, I wasn't some kind of genius, nor was I an Olympic athlete. Certainly hadn't been chosen by God to fill well. Yeah, okay, we've seen this dialogue before. Two milkmen go comedy. Desert. Okay, we're doing this again. Or Okay, you can. The car's not gonna start, so you. Come on. Call an Uber. Just call an Uber so we can get this cutscene done. If you had just called an Uber, none of this would have happened. Although you probably would have been killed by like the world ending from a fucking virus or something. I don't know. What's going on? 0, yep. I have no clue, like nothing towards what Zero, who Zero is, what he's planning or anything. Nothing. What's this happening to me? Spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured I deserved at least a little self-pity. Even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't gonna get me anywhere. It said we needed to at least try and find another way out. Shook my head to clear it, stood up straight, headed off. Alright, let's do the lounge first. I have to do all 3 anyways. Oh, I think we're gonna... I don't think I have the brain power today to do a puzzle. So I think what we're gonna do is...
Oh, Sigma.
I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get to the, what is it called? We're gonna get to the escape room, and we're just gonna leave it off there. Yeah. And then, yeah, next time we'll just try to do this second half. That's when all the shit goes wrong.
Perfect timing.
You were here earlier, right?
Yeah, it was. Owen and I were the first into this room.
Did you find anything suspicious?
Like, secret pathway or something.
I really think that's that kind of detail out of neglected
Anything
to
else
mention.
then? Anything out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary, huh? I mean, everything about this room is out of the ordinary.
How about this?
That obvious? It's an astronomy magazine. And it's got an article about this lunar eclipse. This is gonna happen on December 31st, 2028.
This New Year's Eve, then?
Yeah, 6 days from now.
Wait, what did you say? What do you mean,
okay.
6 days?
Everyone got kidnapped at different points in time.
Wait a minute, when were you grabbed?
2 or 3 in the morning. Wait, pick on a different day.
I was abducted in the middle of the night on December 22nd.
Yeah, so earlier...
I think it was the 20th.
Then we were all taken on different...
Maybe they kept us on a Soparil IV drip or something?
In theory, you could have everyone wake up at the same time if you got the dosage right. I think that's likely.
Yeah. Some of us were probably abducted after you.
You too? I felt disoriented since I...
Maybe it's because we were asleep. Your muscles start to atrophy if you don't use them.
Day is today.
Beats me.
I have no idea.
We are far, far into the future from what we've gathered from the other timelines, I believe.
Nah, nothing in the quarters. Oh well, there was a book about a cat.
A cat?
Yeah. Something about a cat in a box and whether it's dead or alive. Didn't make any sense to me, though.
Yeah, because you're an idiot. Sounds like something's gonna help us get out of here.
I didn't think so either.
I mean, it's kind of the whole theme of this game, even if they're kind of executing it terribly. But, you know. About the infirmary. Anything interesting?
Yeah. Actually, there was one thing.
What?
I wasn't trying to hide it. The right moment to mention it just never came up.
Don't need to apologize. Just tell us what you found.
See for yourself.
It's a newspaper article. Looks like.
Yeah, it was in the safe in the infirmary.
Let me see that. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
What the hell? Radical 6.
Just read the article.
Saw it and began to read. Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. WHO has confirmed the death toll is estimated at 1,000. We've been through this all before.
You mean you think we gotta... Oh, come on, you gotta be...
Well, we don't know any, but look at us. We seem... Admittedly, I don't know what the symptoms of radical
That's
are.
it's dramatic irony right there.
But if it's killing people world... Now, just look at this soft, lustrous skin.
It's very funny considering in, like, pretty much every timeline she ends up getting infected with
This
Radical 6.
perfect, shapely face. Does this beauty look like something infected with an awful disease?
Yes.
You want to touch it, don't you, boy? I can see it in your eyes. Go on. Try.
That could just be from sleeping for a couple of days. Or maybe it's besides, if this is where they ship people, this thing is killing people all over. So why would there only be 9 of us here?
They're the only ones left.
Think about it. Zero is forcing us to play. Why would the government quarantine people and then make them play a game?
Well, the game could have happened afterwards. Like, you're sort of, you're skipping over a lot of possibilities here.
Probably not.
Safe families.
That's true. I hope they're all right.
Virus actually show up? Never
Neither
actually
have
heard of
I.
it before.
Me either.
Yeah, which, again, further proof that we're pretty far into the future. But yeah, the real reason why this isn't a quarantine facility is, or at least we weren't captured.
I don't think you'll be able to just... If we want the truth, we need to find more information.
The specific purpose of being quarantined is that we were all kidnapped before the world even knew about Radical 6, so it wouldn't make sense. You know? Like, you'd kidnap people after Radical 6 starts spreading, and then, you know, put them in a quarantine facility.
Alice and I are gonna stick around. You know, just in case you don't really feel like I can trust your eyes.
You are a murderer! Where to next? Infirmary! That's where I need to go. I need some morphine right now. That'll make me feel better. How's it going? You guys find anything?
Hello, Mr. Sigma.
Hello, Quark.
Nothing yet.
Been a while. Ugh.
Well, Alice, Clover, and I did go over this room quite thoroughly. I doubt you'll find any hidden hallways here.
Oh, you're back here then.
Well, I was concerned about the lady you found.
Right, that apparently only exists in this timeline.
Who would do such a horrible thing?
Given what we know so far, you're the most likely candidate.
Phi, please. Why would I kill this woman?
Actually... Yeah, I don't know. Why is she dead in this timeline, but in the other timelines we've never found her body? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, we know that the killer left her in the AB room and then moved the AB room to hide who they were, but... she was in an AB room, then we would have found her in the other timelines anyways. What the fuck?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the evidence points to you right now. If we find more evidence in the future, that could change.
Like, because everything is so different in each timeline to the point where, like, it seems like the things that have happened before I've made my choices are somehow different in different timelines depending on which choices I made, even though they happen afterwards. It really makes it feel like my choices don't actually fucking matter and have no consequence, because the game is just doing whatever the hell it wants in order to make, like, you know? Like, it, like, it just throws causality completely out the window, which I know that's the point of the game, right, with sort of Schrodinger's cat, but it just feels like a fundamental misunderstanding of how quantum wave functions actually work. Because it's not like, okay, I'm currently inside this room, everything outside is a quantum wave function. When I open that door right there, that that other room could be on fire or it could be perfectly fine. I have no way to know until I open the door, which means, theoretically speaking, it's entirely possible if you open that door and it's on fire. And it's entirely possible if you open that door and it's not on fire. But that's not how it works, because the entire universe, every particle in the universe is entangled with every other particle in the universe. Meaning that, yeah, okay, the door is closed, but there's air traveling through the door, and like underneath the door. And even if there wasn't air traveling through the door, there's some. Even if there wasn't air, even if that door was an airtight seal, even if it was completely sealed off from the outside world, right? The air in this room, right? That I can affect the air in this room by just moving around. I'm touching the air. So the air in the room is entangled with me, right? It's not like I can close my eyes and open it and all of a sudden the air is hydrogen. It doesn't work like that. The air is going to be always, right? The air is entangled with. Then the walls, the air is touching the walls, right? It's touching the door. That means the door is entangled with the air inside the room, and thus entangled with me. And then the air outside the room, and anything happens outside the room is entangled with the door because it's touching the other side, which means everything happening outside is entangled with me, meaning that the wave function has already collapsed, right? That's the problem with Schrodinger's cat, is that if you have the box, right? If it's just a cardboard box, there's air going in and out of the box. The cat is already dead or alive. It's not in a sort of quantum state, and then when you open the box, that's when one of the choices is decided. The timeline split has already happening. You opening the box has no actual purpose, doesn't actually do anything. The timelines don't split when you open the box. They split when the cat fucking dies, you know? And even if you had like a stasis, like a vacuum chamber, so like you have like an airtight room, then vacuum, and then a second airtight seal, and then the outside world, so that there's no contact. Even then, everything is still entangled because the air in this room touches the door, which touches the inside layer, which is so that's entangled with me. Then the inside layer, assuming it's not at 0 degrees Kelvin, which it physically can't be because reaching 0 Kelvin requires infinite energy, which is physically impossible. That outside layer is emitting radioactive waves, due to black body radiation. They're very low energy waves that you probably wouldn't be able to detect, but they're waves nonetheless. Those electromagnetic waves are then striking the outside layer, and not only are they directly pushing against it due to just, you know, the fact that photons have momentum, but they're also getting absorbed and generating electricity in that metal due to the photoelectric effect. And as a result, everything is entangled. The entire universe is entangled. It doesn't work like this. It doesn't fucking work like this.
Beats me. I've never seen her before.
Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting about quantum physics now.
Neither do I. Well, I suppose I might have known her before I lost my memories, but there's no way to know, is there?
You still can't remember anything?
No.
Like, I'm not the type of person who will see, like, a sci-fi movie and see that, like, the physics are wrong and, like, make a big fuss about, like in, how in Gravity, right? You know, they're, like, you know, flying past the space station, one of them grabs on, the other one grabs on, and then they let go and the guy just keeps going. That wouldn't happen. That breaks the laws of physics. It's not how physics works. But I don't mind that. Because, yeah, sure, sometimes stories break and bend the laws of physics, but they do that as a sort of way to tell a certain story. And if that story is good, and I think the story in Gravity is pretty compelling, I can excuse the laws of physics being broken if it's in the service of good storytelling. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters in a story. It's making a good story. It doesn't matter if it's realistic. It doesn't matter if things work the way they're supposed to. If the story is compelling, then everything should serve the story. My problems are when it happens in, say, a game like Ace Attorney, brings to the turnabout, where actually sort of trying to solve a mystery is kind of dependent on things like that. And even then, and so if the laws of physics are broken, that explicitly makes the mystery unsolvable. Or when the laws of physics are broken and it doesn't make this, and using those sort of like, and using that sort of loose interpretation of the laws of physics doesn't actually make the story better. In this case, the use of the Schrodinger's cat thing to make it so that, oh, your decision, their decision changes based on your decision, it doesn't serve to make a good story. It just makes it worse. It actively makes it worse. Which means, like, it's not like they changed the law. It's not like they got the laws of physics wrong in order to make a good story, or they had a bad story as a result of following the laws of physics to a T. It's neither of those. They changed the laws of physics and still made a bad story. And so, what? Am I supposed to find a silver lining here? Because I can't.
Not even a little, unfortunately.
Better be telling the truth about this amnesia stuff.
Are you suspicious of me too, Sigma?
Suspicious? You looked in the mirror lately? Might as well have suspicious tattooed across your
If
forehead.
someone ran into you on the street at night, they'd probably pass out from fright.
Or maybe even during the day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize for my frightening appearance.
Well, it's not really something you need to apologize for. I mean, it's not your fault, right?
I suppose not. Well, I assume not. But...
But what?
I'm not sure why, but none of this feels particularly strange. The mask and the suit, I mean. In a way, it almost feels natural. I don't feel as though I was forced into it.
Are you saying this is how you always look?
No, I don't think that's it.
This might be a pretty obvious question, but is there any way for you to take it off?
No. I've tried several times, to no avail. I honestly don't even know where to start. Ah, but there is something I'd like to ask of you. There are parts of the suit I can't see. Could you have a look and tell me if perhaps there is a switch or something similar?
There's a keyhole, and there is a key that we can find in the Golem Bay, I believe, and yet the fact that we found the key multiple times, we've never actually used it. Okay, I need to end the stream here. I can't do this. I'm in too much of a bad mood. I'm just straight up not enjoying my time right now. We will maybe be continuing the game. I don't know. I don't know. I'm legitimately just not enjoying the game anymore. I might end up dropping it. Maybe. I might just end up dropping it. Because, I mean, we've dropped games before, right? We dropped... What did we drop? We dropped Halo Reach, because... I mean, it's not that I wasn't enjoying Halo Reach, it's just that... That was back when we were doing edited videos, and just the editing process for Halo Reach was just not fun for me. I would not be against going back to Halo Reach now that we're doing a live format. I think that would be a lot better. Because I was certainly enjoying my time with the game. It was just editing that was a pain in the ass for that game. So that was so that's, you know, that was before the streaming time, so that's why. Then the other one we quit was Shin Megami Tensei 3. I don't remember why we quit Nocturne. I want to say it just got too grindy for me. I guess that would make sense. And then Banner Saga, I just got pissed off and just axed the series right then and there. I do want to return to Banner Saga at some point. And just like, I think Banner Saga is the type of game that I can't play at hardest difficulty. I just need to accept that. It's like XCOM, right? I cannot beat XCOM at higher difficulty. I've tried for about 500 hours to beat XCOM 2 on hardest difficulty, and I could never do it. So now I'm actually like doing a playthrough on like a lower difficulty, and I'm actually gonna beat the game now. And I might go back and do a higher difficulty because it seems fun. But it's the kind of game where doing it at a higher difficulty is just not conducive to a first time playthrough. And I feel like that was my issue with Banner Saga. I was playing at the highest difficulty, and that's just meant I just kept getting fucked over by the game, and I was not nearly good enough at the game to do it. And because of the type of game that Banner Saga is, it's not like, okay, I fucked up, but I can just retry this, and I can just retry this, and retry this, and retry this, and just keep retrying things until I get them right? Like a game like Dark Souls, or like Jedi Survivor, or Fury, right? Where the game, you're supposed to fail, and then try again, and then fail, and try again, fail, try again, so on and so on. But with a game like Banner Saga, where your losses are carried forward, like playing at hardest difficulty, it's not a fun experience. And so I do think I shot my Banner Saga playthrough in the foot. So I'll definitely at some point maybe go back to Banner Saga and maybe try restarting it with at a lower difficulty rating. As for this, man, I don't know. It's just the design choices that they made while making this game are so frustrating. Like, there's some really good stuff in here. I enjoy the characters. I'm sure the overarching story would be interesting if I could actually figure out what the fuck's going on. And, like, some of the mini arcs that we've had with, like, the bombs and the virus and shit are interesting, but the way it's executed makes it painful. Because, like so many episodes ago, we had this thing about the bombs and the bombs and the bombs and the bombs. But that never got concluded because we needed, like, a specific, like, knowledge from a different timeline in order to actually solve that thing, to figure out who planted the bombs and to disarm the bombs. But now we've just been searching for that for so long that I've completely forgotten what went on in the bomb timelines. Which means that once we actually find the password and go back to the bomb timeline to actually, like, finish up that specific storyline, I'm not gonna care. And I'm not gonna remember half of the things that happened that are supposed to make me care. Like, this game, I think, has a lot of great things. Some great characters, some great dialogue, some great moments. But it's held down by some of the most mind-baffling design choices I have ever seen. And it's such a shame. Because I loved the first game. 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors is a game that I was like, okay, I've heard it's good. It's by the people who made Danganronpa. I'm sure it heavily influenced Danganronpa, and I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I came in there with not exactly the highest of expectations. They're kind of mid, my expectations. And it blew me away, even if the ending was fucking garbage. And I will keep going on about how that ending was fucking garbage. All the time I went through the game, even when I was playing that end game, up until that very moment where it hits, I'm like, that's it? Up until that very moment, I enjoyed pretty much every second with 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. And I just can't, and so I was so excited for Virtue's Last Reward, and I can't say the same thing for that. It's just not fun, you know? So I don't know if this series will continue. We'll see. Because, like, the problem with this game, it's like, I can't, like, okay, go on a hiatus and then wait for me to calm down and then keep playing. Because then I'll just have forgotten major plot points, because, God forbid, even just, like, when I'm playing the game through it, like continuously, even then, it's very hard to remember some of the plot points due to how fucking convoluted the game design is. But on top of that, having to, like taking several week-long breaks, it makes piecing things together fucking impossible, you know? And it just makes things worse. So I don't know, man. But I really want to finish the game, because mostly because I just want to play the third game and, like, hope that the third game is better, and, like, the third game is actually as good as the first game. But man, I don't know. And, you know, obviously to play the third game, I need to play the second game, because there's probably important lore and stuff that I need to know. I don't know, man. I just want to play Persona. I really just want to play Persona 5. I don't know why I chose to stream this today. I should have just streamed Persona 5. Which is what we're gonna hopefully do tomorrow or on Saturday. I don't know. After this clusterfuck, I might need to just take it. I just need to just take tomorrow off and just, I don't know, just turn off my brain, smoke some weed, forget that this ever happened. But at some point, we're gonna do Persona 5. We're just gonna be grinding in mementos, and it's not gonna be a Persona 5 stream. It's gonna be a variety stream. We're gonna listen to some Guilty Gear themes, because, well, the Asuka theme just came out, and I'm very excited for that, because Asuka's a character, so I'm sure his theme is gonna be great. On top of that, I have not listened to Sin Kisk, or the other person that came out after Sin. I know for a fact there's another theme that Bedman. Yeah, okay. So I've got 3 Guilty Gear themes to listen to. I've got Mementos to grind in Persona 5. And maybe we'll even just play some other games. So that's just going to be a bit of a variety stream, and so that should be fun. So, yeah, I hope to see you there. It should actually be fun, unlike this, because I've had a lot of patience for this game, mostly due to my love of the first one, but it's, patience is wearing thin. I mean, I'm so pissed. I completely forgot to turn off the, music. Or go to the right, I'm on the wrong screen. Okay. Well, with that embarrassment, we're just gonna drop this here. This is one of the shortest streams I've ever done. Yeah. Let's just leave it out there. I'm not even gonna ask you to subscribe or like the video, because honestly, it was kind of a shit video. If I was watching it, I would not give it a like. And you shouldn't. Yeah. I'll see you either tomorrow or Saturday, where we'll play a fun game. We'll actually be having fun that stream.